In the Batman universe, George Barris, the designer for the TV Batmobile, has died. He also designed the Monstermobile.
The Monstermobile too?
Yes, and also the
What did the Monstermobile look like? I watched that when I was really young, and I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Okay.
To be honest, I watched the Monsters. I don't remember ever seeing them drive the Monstermobile.
It must have been. I bet it was like a what do they call it? Like one of those mortician cars.
Maybe, yeah. It was like a hearse.
A hearse.
Some kind of hearse. Yeah. He also designed for the Power Rangers movie. He designed those cars too.
He designed the cars for the Power Rangers movie?
Yeah, so he was just basically a vehicle outfitter for the stars, as it were, and he's passed away. So rest in peace, George. We really enjoyed your work.
Well, I guess on a what else did you? Oh, I guess on a side note, we're just talking about. It wasn't too much news on the Batman v Superman front.
No, we do have Suicide Squad, however. The latest development in Suicide Squad was that it earned itself a PG-13 rating.
PG-13 rating?
Yes.
Get the hell out of here.
That means it's going to be loaded with violence, but no sex.
How do you feel about the PG-13 rating? Like, I really hate how they're forcing PG-13 ratings on a lot of movies. Like, I remember I read an article or I read an interview or something yesterday, and I think the reporter brought up, like, how could you do a Suicide Squad movie with a extreme team of villains that are forced to do it because they have explosions in their necks that'll blow up at any point, and expect that to be, like, publicized to all audiences?
The latest trend in Hollywood, actually, this is not the latest trend. This has been an ongoing trend for several years, where the film is PG-13 and it's just loaded with violence. And if it has the F word, or it has a boob, or any other kind of sex-related visual, it gets itself an R rating. So this kind of says that violence is okay for the 13-year-old set, perfectly okay. They can even see it by themselves. Unadulterated, wanton violence. The Expendables 3. PG-13.
PG-13? Oh, yes. Well, that destroyed the movie, because the first two were rated R.
Oh, well. At any rate, I could be wrong about that, but...
the first two were rated R, the third one was in PG-13, and it bombed.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. That is what bothers me about the whole PG-13 thing. I think that we need to try and say to especially in a society where we're seeing violence being the answer to problems.
Well, this leads me to believe in this movie there's going to be a lot of implied violence. Like, there's going to be a lot of scenes
where, killers,
they're going to be walking up with like a knife going, look at the evil grin on their face, and then it's going to flash to another scene.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, I guess they probably killed them.
You know what? I don't think so. With a PG-13 rating, I think it's all going to be in your face.
Really?
Yes.
PG-13 is dulled down nowadays, though, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know. I sure remember.
We will have to see.
When I was a kid, PG-13 was a little more hardcore. I'm talking early 90s, early to mid-90s. Like, PG-13, they get away with a lot. There was titties in PG-13 when I was a kid.
There's a new shot of Jared Leto as the Joker. He's a little crazier in this picture.
Oh, yeah, he's like that burgundy shirt.
Yeah, his hair looks a little bit longer, too.
Right. Is it like slicked back? He kind of almost looks like the Joker from Batman Endgame.
Ah, okay.
What's the shaved sides and like the slicked back hair?
Yeah, slicked back hair. He's not. He looks a little more nuts.
So on the movie front, we have news from the Wonder Woman set, which has apparently started filming. It's filming in 4 different locations around the world, and we have a first look as Chris Pine as Steve Trevor.
Nice.
Steve Trevor was like that. Steve Trevor was actually. I'm not too familiar with her backstory, but Steve Trevor was essentially like the.
Wasn't he her love interest?
He was, and she essentially was like a Florence Nightingale type thing, where she like nursed him back to life.
She brought him back to Themyscira. That was what got her exiled from the island.
Right, and he was like a World War II pilot or something like that. And he got lost out
and that's
there.
how she got exiled from her mother. Her mother disowned her. She said, "You did the right thing, but you still have to leave."
But the picture shows him with an actor from the UK. The actor's name is I'm gonna butcher this name.
Saeed Tagmao.
It's a photo of him and Chris Pine, and it's rumored that he is a superhero.
Really?
So I'm not too familiar with I've only read the New 52 Wonder Woman when you find out that she's actually this daughter of Zeus and stuff like that. And
I couldn't tell you who he is either.
So I don't know too much about her backstory, so I don't really know too much about her rogues gallery, but well, he's supposed to be a superhero, and actually, honestly, the more I see about Gal Gal Gadot.
Gal
Not
Gadot.
only is she easy on the eyes, she actually looks like she's gonna be a badass Wonder Woman.
I wouldn't want to piss her off. That's for darn sure.
Like, what was it? Ronda Rousey was comparing herself to.
She was comparing herself to Heath Ledger, but that was kind of a strange question to answer. So she actually had to go with whatever was going on in her head. She got her butt kicked, by the way.
She got knocked the fuck out.
What's the name? What was Nicole?
I'm not quite sure.
The chick you dropped her. Oh man, that was an ugly fight.
Yeah, but I heard about that, and she also she talked about how she was she compared herself to the anti-hero and the Heath Ledger about how she's like, what would you say? How did you phrase it?
She basically said that even though she was playing the villain, she was still enjoying a great deal of popularity because people sometimes like the outsider villain, as Heath Ledger's Joker proved. You know, I'm paraphrasing, of course,
right?
But that was her general meaning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Ronda Rousey, she was also talking about how she wants to be Captain Marvel, and she's like,
is she really talking about that, or was it just a fan rumor? I thought that whole thing was just kind of.
I think a lot of that is fan creation.
Yeah, I think it's a
fan
created thing.
We kind of draw on that in the last podcast, so tune in to the last podcast if you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
But we talked about how the conspiracy and the whole like planning false information.
Yeah. It just drums up publicity.
So anyway,
that doesn't even exist yet. They haven't even broken ground on the Carol Danvers Wonder Woman or Captain America. Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. So like anything, like stuff like that. And also Wonder Woman Justice League Part 1 filming locations and schedule revealed, so they actually are a go for Wonder Woman. I just talked about that, but Justice League Part 1 they planned on filming.
Is Ben gonna be in Justice League Part 1?
I'm guessing that he has to be. Like, how could he not be?
I think so. I mean, this is their whole.
I mean, well, actually, look. I mean, actually, it's a picture of him right there with
yeah.
Wonder
So
Woman
that means so what is? Ben's like busy divorcing his wife right now, right?
I thought they got back together.
I thought they did too, but then I heard that he was screwing the nanny, and there's kind of.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's trying to be Bruce Wayne as well as.
Well, Bruce Wayne wouldn't do that. That's the funny thing.
Well, Bruce Wayne's kind of a philanderer, you know that, right?
Not really. He's always like putting on an act. You know, I mean, I think that's probably like
that's the philanderer.
Right.
Remember the girl? Remember Master of the Phantasm? She saw Bruce's. This is what Bruce does. He'll wine you and dine you and tell you you're the one for him. And when you think it's time to register the china, he forgets your phone number.
You forget your phone number when it's time to register the china.
Yeah.
She was a great character. And that was the same voice who was Lois Lane.
Yeah.
And her name was she was in Tombstone.
That was Dana Delaney.
Dana Delaney. She's
China
great.
Beach.
She's
China
great.
Beach. Yeah, she was also doing Tombstone. But yeah, I used to really have hots for her.
Really? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Tombstone's a great movie.
Yeah.
I'll be your huckleberry. I'm sorry. I forgot you were there.
Are we cross?
Are we cross?
You know, if I thought you weren't my friend, well, I just don't think I could bear it.
Yeah. We can't be friends again. Anyway.
No,
we gotta remember that.
I can do Doc Holliday all night long.
Oh, dude, so good, so good. Anyway, okay, we got Jason Momoa's Aquaman gets a new writer.
Ooh.
I don't know too much about that. I'm not a big Aquaman fan.
You know, we've seen this picture of him, and the general rumor that I'm getting, dropping back to the Batman v Superman movie, is that he's not really going to be in it all that much.
Right.
Like, there's like a quick shot of him or something. Somebody finds a relic at the bottom of the ocean,
right,
and he's like there or does something. I haven't seen any kind of. She's the only one we've seen. We haven't seen Cyborg. We haven't seen Aquaman.
We haven't seen really anybody,
no.
So it's like, okay, so that's just a rumor there. They got a new writer, so it means they had an old writer that got fired, so that's not always a good thing. This picture looks badass, but like that's about it.
Yep.